So I just ran out of gas on I-45 in Houston, which is the freeway that runs north to south, heading south on the north side on Airline Road, which is not a good area whatsoever. Left my car on an on-ramp, even though I was coming off the highway. I was going to turn and go over the hill where the on-ramp came on, but my car was out of gas, so there was no point in getting stuck on the on-ramp on the hill doing something illegal. So I just parked my car and walked down about 700, 800 feet to the next street, and then walked across, and there was a gas station, an Exxon, right on the other side. So I have a hole in my gas tank, which I don't know when I get there, and right about halfway up, right in the side, broad side of it. So I see a cop sitting outside of the Exxon, kind of in the next parking lot, either checking people for speeding or just sitting there. And I walk up to him, and he rolls his window down, and I say, "Hey, officer, is it okay if I cross the freeway, cross the median, if there's nobody there? Because I need to get literally right there, but I either have to walk the whole way back to this street and turn around and walk up the wrong way, or walk way, way up there to go to the next turnaround, which is like literally over a mile." So he says, "No, it's too dangerous." It's a young guy, either Filipino, Chinese, half Chinese, half white. I don't know, but he was darker skinned, really good looking cop. Handsome dude. I'm sure he pulls a lot of pussy. So he's like, "Well, I can take you." And I'm like, "Well, my gas can is leaking all over the place. It has a hole in it I didn't know. And I can walk, man. It's no problem. I just wanted to see if it was okay if I walked across the freeway. I didn't want to get in any trouble, while I already have my car, stuck there, and it'd be there for longer while I get a ticket or something." He says, "No, yeah, it's too dangerous. I'll take it." I said, "No, I'll walk." He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine." And he goes, "I'll just give you a ride." He's like, "Just put this rubber," he handed me a black rubber glove. He says, "Just put this over the hole. Is that the only place it's leaking?" And I said, "Yeah," even though it wasn't. It was leaking on the other side too. And he said, "Just, try to keep it from leaking in the back seat." So he opens the back seat, and I go, "I don't really like getting in the back of cop cars, because I don't. I've been in them enough. And I don't want to get in the back," because all of a sudden he says, "Hey, what's your name and social security number?" And I end up having warrants or some shit, tickets, whatever. He says, "Well, you're not in trouble. Don't worry about it." And so I'm like, I'd rather ride in the front. And he says, "Well, you can't ride in the front." And I said, "Okay, well, I guess I'll get in the back." Because I figured if I got back there and there was a tow truck or something, me being with the cop would make sure that he would drop the car off the tow truck. So I get back there. Cop drives me around. It is like a mile drive up to the next turnaround, the next exit, which is pretty far. And to be in the back of a cop car and be thinking, "Oh man, is he going to change his mind and start running my name? Is he going to run the tags to my car?" Which we bought 2 years ago, my girlfriend and I, and we still haven't transferred the title. And yeah, we still haven't transferred the title or got insurance on it. I got it during COVID, and I haven't put $1 into it in any way, literally, including like getting it registered correctly. So I was worried he's going to run the tags when I got there, and he was going to end up arresting me, whatever. And I'm riding a little dirty, so it's just a scary thing. But he was in the K9 unit, so I was good on that. And we get up there, we get back to the car, and there's a tow truck in front of my car with my car already on the little lift thing. Not up in the air, but with that thing already under my car. And I look at him like, what the fuck? And he walking up to me, and he's like, look sheepishly like, "Oh, putting his hands up or whatever." And, I thought it might have been abandoned, but then I saw the iPad and the baseball cards and stuff. I said, "Yeah, and the fucking flashers are on. I've been here for 7 minutes. I just left maybe 7 minutes ago, literally." And I was like, you can't just decide to take my car. Nobody called you. It's not, impeding any traffic or anything like that. And he was just like real apologetic, and, he held the funnel for me or whatever when I was putting the gas in. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of fucked up that he was, just put the car on the tow thing. And it literally hadn't been there for 10 minutes total. No possible way. And I kind of want to know what the procedure is on that. If somebody doesn't call you, if you can just take a car I mean, there wasn't a white flag, a white T-shirt or anything on it. I was gonna draw. I have a paint marker with me that I tag with, and I was gonna draw on the window. Just walk to Exxon and put the time so they knew that just got there, but I didn't because I wanted to hurry up in case the cop did come back and run my fucking plates and all that shit, and I get in trouble for that. So anyway, I get back. The cop lets me out of the car, no problem. And he sits there and waits for me to fill it up. I think that he's running my tags while that's going on. I'm kind of worried, but I get done and I walk back to him, and we literally poured the gas from the side of the tank into the fucking into the funnel. We didn't even use the top until the very end, the correct way. So I go back to the car and say, "Hey man, thanks a lot." And he says, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Just that's it. Lets me go." So that goes to show you, and I'm sure people say, "Well, that's your white privilege." Whatever, bitch. I've done prison time. I don't have any white privilege. I'm a poor criminal with, numerous arrests, robbery, bodily injury, all kinds of shit. No drug charges, thankfully, but I don't have any white privilege when it comes to that. If he would have ran my name, I promise you, I would have got fucked with. But if you're polite to people and treat people with respect, they usually treat you with respect back. So he was a super nice guy. He was young, which maybe has something to do with how cool he was, because he wasn't jaded by his job or seeing all the fucked up shit he's gonna see in his next however many years of public service, quote unquote. But that's the kind of cop I want to see. I mean, I wish I knew his name. I would put him on blast here in a good way, and or shout him out. Put him on blast is the wrong term, but shout him out and tell him, thank you. It's a good feeling when I know, as hesitant as I am to even speak with a police officer, that one of the times that I did deal with them was actually a really pleasant experience. So anyway, to that young officer from HPD Houston, thanks very much, man. You're a good guy. Bye-bye.